In today's tough business environment, you need more than just a great idea. You need a game plan. With celebrity business experts Kevin Harrington, widely known as the king of the infomercial, and Laura Betterly, an expert in mobile, internet, and social media marketing. Hosted by Vonabell Sherman, with entrepreneur guests, Slim Plate. Watch as up-and-coming and established entrepreneurs give their pitch to our celebrity experts and get their game plan to take their business to the next level.
Welcome to Game Plan, where the pros show entrepreneurs how to take their businesses to the next level step by step. Our first celebrity co-host, well, you probably recognize him from Shark Tank. He was the original shark. Please welcome the king of infomercials, Kevin Harrington.
Hey,
Hi, Kevin.
Thank you for having me, Vonabell.
Oh, my pleasure. I just know that our businesses are going to benefit so much by having you here.
Looking forward to seeing some exciting products today, so thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Well, and our second co-host is an internet marketing genius. Her name is Laura Betterly, and she's also a Google certified and an expert in mobile marketing. Welcome, Laura.
Well, thanks for having me.
Wow, and what a team you are, because you bring different strengths to the show. And it's incredible what the businesses will be able to glean from you.
We're looking forward to hearing about the business, and then we're going to talk a little bit about afterwards, maybe some of the things that they could do to take their business to the next step. So I think that's what I'm really looking forward to, is how do we go from where they are today to maybe bigger success. So we're going to see some transformations, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good word,
and
transformation.
I think you're right. And the other thing is that I know that you and I, when we've talked before, because we have different backgrounds, make plans that work together but have different aspects to them. So it's going to be exciting for everybody, I think.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, our first product is Slim Plate System, and it was actually founded by a physician. So let's welcome Dr. Grewal to the set of Game Plan. Come on in. Hi.
Hello, Laura. Hello, Dr. Grewal.
Hi.
How are you?
You good?
How you doing?
Well,
Good to see you.
Good seeing you
too.
This is an incredible invention, and I can really relate to it because so many people struggle with their weight, obesity, and this is so practical. And I love that you did the Slim Plate system in bone china, and I see that you literally have thought of every aspect of managing food and portion control.
Right, we are physicians, and the first thing we want to do is to tell people how to lose weight the right way. So we try our best to educate our patients, and we also run a weight loss program in our Rock Hill, South Carolina practice since 2007. We have helped many patients lose weight, thousands of pounds, and ultimately we decided to create this 4-month weight loss program in a box so that we can help everybody lose weight the right way.
Fantastic. I have a question. My mother always would say, eat everything on your plate, okay? So I remember those days, right? But now here, people can eat everything on their plate, but it's the system. Give us the elevator pitch on how this works.
Right, this is a 4-month weight loss program in a box. Now, this is not your usual portion control plate you find. This is a 4-step program which will help you lose weight while eating your real food, and it builds a diet around your own food, so you can eat everything you want to eat just in the right way, and you will lose weight.
Wow.
Now, you're talking about 20 pounds in 3 months, which actually makes sense because they say a healthy weight loss could be about 5 pounds a month, but you're actually going to get a little more than that with this kind of portion control.
Yeah, these plates are designed in a very specific way because what we do is we encourage people who are participating or using the Slim Plate system at home to eat food 5 times a day. That is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 snacks in between.
So you're certainly not starving.
You're
eating good food.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you're not supposed to starve because when we starve or skip meal, we actually gain weight. We don't lose weight.
Yeah.
And that's because it slows down our metabolism. Secondly, people who skip breakfast would actually eat a lot more bigger lunch.
Wow.
And this system makes you eat right by giving you visual aid, because we don't believe that you should have to learn the whole nutrition science to try to lose weight.
Yeah.
It has to be much easier than that.
So I like how this works now.
Yes.
So explain exactly, for those that can see this, actually, if you're making pancakes, you have to cut the cakes with, what do you call this device?
Yeah, this is, we call it our smart cutters.
Smart cutters.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
And
So
it
you get a
goes-
pancake this size, and you get a sandwich the orange cutter size, correct?
Yes.
You have 4 different cutters, and this is what, like a hot fudge sundae or for a muffin, okay?
Right. And what it does is it basically, our goal is to make sure people can eat everything they are eating. There should not be any confusion what you can eat and what you cannot eat to lose weight. So what we do is, with the help of these cutters, as I may show you, is you can size your pancake to the right size by putting on this breakfast plate and cutting it with the cutter. You can size your pancakes, muffins, waffles, or whatever you want to eat for breakfast.
So I can eat, say I'm a new mom, I gained some weight in pregnancy, and I want to eat what I'm making my kids. I want to eat what I made for my family. I can do that because I'm going to make sure that my portion fits on the plate, and I've cut it with the provided cutters, right?
Exactly.
So it's not a special diet meal.
Right, and you shouldn't have to cook separately for yourself if somebody's trying to lose weight. Right. You're supposed to eat the same food rest of the family. You don't want to be left out on the table.
Sure. Can you explain to me on these plates here? Some of them are in thirds, equally, one is in half. What's the difference between these 4 plates that we have here?
Right, great question. This is a 4-stage weight loss system, which goes from 1 month to the 2nd month to the 3rd month and finally to a maintenance phase.
Okay.
So in the 1st month, people are on the what we'll call our step 1 plate. We also call it the inspired plate. And it has all the instructions on the back. And you see the orange lines and the green lines. The green is for vegetables, the orange is for meat and proteins, and the blue lines are for starches.
Got it.
So the first stage in the 1st month, you would give up your starches just for the lunch and dinner. You can still have the starches for breakfast and the 2 snacks. Okay. And what we do is, this is to induce a fat burning mode by reducing the starches in the diet. The 2nd stage, which starts on the 2nd month, is our savvy plate, step 2 plate. And when they graduate to the step 2 plate, they would add a little bit carb in, as you see the blue has come in. And then in the 3rd month, they would go on to the master plate. Now they're master, their carb amount is increased in their usual eating, so that we are kind of pushing them toward a well-balanced diet. So they don't, when they lose their weight, they're able to keep it off. It's not a temporary weight loss like you have with protein shakes and powders. It is more of a permanent. We are trying to achieve a permanent weight loss if we can, but it's a long-term weight loss because it changes your habits once you go through the system.
But Dr. Grewal, I understand you've had a lot of patients that have used this system very successfully, correct?
Yes.
So the people are losing, what, I heard?
We have a 20 pound on an average weight loss.
Right.
The biggest thing is, after 2 weeks of using this system, patients have come to me and said, now when they go to a restaurant and they look at this big platter of food in front of them, they exactly know how much to eat. The system trains your mind on how to eat.
Okay. You're not allowed to stack it up above this either, right? Is that? I'm just thinking about cheating, right? It's that thick is it, right? You can't have a steak like that,
Well,
right?
you can, but you know, this is the good thing about this system. You know how in a diet, sometimes you just don't feel like dieting while you're on a diet?
Right.
So we tell our patients, if you don't feel like dieting that day, just tell yourself, I'm going to eat on the slim plate system. Eat whatever you can, pile it up. Right, so they can't pile it up too high because it's going to fall off.
Right.
Right. Still going to limit it.
Still going to limit it.
They feel like they want to break that boundary.
Exactly. So what happens is, just simply telling yourself, oh, let me eat on the slim plate, by itself would psychologically kind of make you eat better.
Okay, so the 3 meals, now which plates do you use for the snack side? You don't get the same plate, right?
Oh, no. The snack is this little bowl here.
Okay.
And all these plates are labeled in the back, so are the bowls, so they know what to do.
Nice.
And so they can have their popcorn as long as it fits in that small bowl. They can have their potato chips if it fits in that small bowl.
Right.
So you can have almost anything what you want to have, as long as you're eating it on a slim plate system and it fits in there.
It's a 13-piece system. You know, people like, you know, everything self-contained. It's weight loss in a box is what you call it, right?
Yes.
That's very clever.
Yeah, I like it. I also like the logo. I think it's very aesthetic because I've seen different things that it looks like they're made for 5-year-olds. You know what I mean? And this is obviously elegant and beautiful.
Right, and as Vonabell pointed out, this is it's a high quality bone china plate. Right. So when you are on the table eating with family and friends in Thanksgiving, you're not eating on a plastic plate.
Right.
You don't feel weird sitting on the table. You are actually,
you don't feel like one of the children.
Right.
You're an adult.
Your plate may be actually better than everybody else's plate.
So you brought up a good question. You mentioned Thanksgiving. So like gravy can be very high in calories. So how do people handle like those kinds of condiments and extras like that?
Right. They can pour the gravy on the section where they have, say, protein. They want to pour it over protein. That's fine.
Okay.
A little bit outside or inside the section doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because remember, weight loss is not a very strict science. And we all cannot be nutrition experts to make it very strict. So this system gives you a lot of leeway, a lot of flexibility as you go through your day. In fact, we have found out that many of our patients use the slim plate system about 75% of the time, not 100% of the time. And they still are able to lose weight.
Still losing weight.
Still
right.
losing weight.
Yeah.
I've seen other portion control type of systems. Is there a different? Obviously, the quality bone china is great, but what is the ultimate difference between the slim plate and some of the other things that may have been out in the market?
Now, portion control plates in the market are designed for healthy eating. They are not designed for weight loss.
I see.
This system has been research proven for weight loss. In fact, me and Dr. Nwe, who's the co-inventor, we have presented the research on this slim plate system to American Society of Bariatric Physicians annual meeting in 2012. And the response we got from the physicians over there was awesome.
Nice.
That's great. Well, I think that, you know, obesity is a very uniquely new problem in society, you know, and one thing I did do when I was researching this is one of the things that plates, when you go to a restaurant, they're huge. You know, when you buy a new set of Corelle ware, they're huge. You go and buy a paper plate, they're huge. The medium-sized plates are really the right size, and I think that it's a being able to fill a full plate. Not psychologically, if you're sitting there with a big plate and you're putting your little piece in there, you don't feel like you're satiated. I think this really.
Right.
And actually, sorry, there was a research done which actually showed that the size of your plate would decide how much you would eat.
That's
psychologically,
right?
it's research proven. In fact, there was another research done on portion control techniques by several universities, and this is coming up as the most appropriate way to lose weight.
Wow.
So you did some clinical kind of testing, you know, with the co-inventor?
Yes, we did. We actually had our patients use these plates, and we collected all the data. And we retrospectively analyzed the data to see, and we found that your average weight loss would go up to 20 pounds in 3 months. And the better thing about that is, even the very good thing is that with this system, we have shown data that you lose weight and keep it off for about 2 years or more. So that's the length of the study we did.
Wow.
The problem with portion, powders, protein bars, and shakes is that you cannot keep it on for too long. You cannot eat protein powder. It's not real food, and we are humans.
Right.
Yes.
We are wired to eat real food.
True. Now, Kevin and Laura, you two are the experts. Marketing, you're our shark. What advice, knowing what you've seen here, do you have for Dr. Grewal with his product?
Well, I'll start. Number one, you probably have some great testimonials, right? People that have lost weight. So I would put those in files of before and afters, and I like to call that the magical transformation, because that in weight loss, that works. Magical transformation, right? If you're going to do a print ad, but then I would say we got to take you to a shopping channel, HSN, QVC, because you're selling. This is not an ingestible that you're selling, the magic pill, because those claims are outrageous a lot of times.
Yeah. And
so
fads, right?
Yeah, they're fads. This is a kind of a product that's for the everyday person that it's very simple to follow. Eat what you normally eat, but just keep it in a controlled portion so that you can, control how much pancakes, how large those pancakes are, right? So I think it's
good
great.
advice, because now you've given them an outlet and the testimonials, the before and afters to give that. Now, Laura, what do you think?
Well, I think that's a great way to go. I also think from a a web standpoint, you should have a video or something that clearly communicates before and after and what makes this program completely unique. And of course do all the testing you need to do so that it gets the highest response possible. But I will tell you that weight loss is a huge niche. Google AdWords will surely be helpful. Facebook, there's definitely, you'll be able to find your exactly perfect target market in both of those places and push them to your product, because it does solve the problem, and it solves it in a really wonderful way. And it's interesting. There's certain times of the year you should really put a lot of extra effort on that. Beginning of the year, beginning of the year,
New year, new you.
Yeah. New Year's, okay. Everybody makes that resolution that they're going to, fit into that pair of pants that's been sitting in their closet for 22 years that they know they're going to get back in, right? That's number one. The other thing is right before the summer. Everybody wants to not look.
You're going to get that beach body, swimsuit look, right?
And I would also take a look at joint venturing with other businesses that have similar products, because as you build your list, right, they might want your product, but they might want something else, or they might opt in for your newsletter and not necessarily buy. So you have a separate income stream that you weren't necessarily looking at prior, because with that joint venture relationships, you'll be able to also build your list. Ultimately, we like to say to our clients that that for every person on their list, they should be generating about $1 a month.
Okay. Excellent. Great advice. Thank you so much.
Hey, super.
You've had an expert team, 2 pros in the field, and that they've given you great advice to take your next step so that you can have a game plan.
Yeah, I think
Thank you so much. Good. Thank you for being here. Pleasure to meet you.
Great to meet you, Doctor. Thank you.
Wow. Great information. I think it's a great product, but you guys gave really great advice. Things to think about, things to put in action. Social media, before and afters are so important. And I think you're right about the e-retail programming.
What I like about it, it's doctor invented, right?
Yes.
I mean, so it's got the credibility, clinically tested and proven. So the claims, weight loss, you always get into a claims issue.
Oh yeah, you can always get into problems.
Because he's not selling an ingestible. He's selling the tools to help you lose weight. And it's a system. It's a 13-piece weight loss in a box. So
it saves you a lot of the legal things that you have to say, legals as claims, or going through legal hoops at the e-channels.
Correct, correct.
Oh yeah, and the FTC and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of quote-unquote charlatans out there that will...
And so I think after he does a test on shopping, or you could probably get him tested in an internet site, do you think?
I think it's very, the one thing that's nice about the internet is that you can do very quick, low cost split tests. And so you have, one page has this video, one page has this video, one page has this color, one page has that color, and then you find the right combination.
The right price point.
Yes, exactly. And then you take that and then you roll that out on TV, then it's a great combination. And then we do the infomercial.
I think that was the last piece of the puzzle that you start with internet, you start with shopping channels, get the test, get it figured out, and then you go to infomercial and hit it hard
And I do
roll it
think
out.
this is a good infomercial item, don't you, Kevin?
I think so.
I think
he's got great testimonials. We talked about magical transformation.
Sure.
He's got the product. It's 13 pieces in a box, so it's almost got that feel to an infomercial. And I think after he gets it tested on either HSN or QVC, and then the internet, we can get those price points figured out. I think he'd be ready for an infomercial.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're right. That's a great wrap up. We've given him great advice, and I think Dr. Grewal has his game plan. And don't go away, because we're going to be right back with our next game plan.